Well, hello, loves, and happy Sunday to you. I can't wait to kind of put this together. I've been waiting to work on this book of inspiration for a while now, from the time I first saw it. And so I thought today was a perfect time to kind of take a break from the Art from Anthropology book and use this one as my inspiration. I want to see, what else do I have to tell you? I don't think there's anything else that I need to tell you. We took just a quick, like, 4-day getaway, my hubby and I, for our anniversary. We went to Florida and we just relaxed. I mean, we had no agenda, which is not my, I like to know the plan. That's my personality. And we didn't have a plan. And that's part of my asking what if and my curiosity and all those kinds of things. And so we just had a wonderful time. But because of that, I took a bunch of photos, and I've got one that I'm going to be using for today's project. And really, I just want to kind of remember this moment and the joy that it brought me. And so I want to just quickly show you what I'm working from for the inspiration and show you what I've done. So here's the book. This is Etc. by Sabella Court, and it's just a home book. And I shared this with you when I first decided to kind of use these books for inspiration. But look at all of the different parts of the pages are just fantastic. Look at that. Like, I want to use this page in my journal page. It's just so good, especially for what I'm going to be doing. But I'm not going to do that. But my inspiration, so let me go to, oh shoot, I lost the other book marker. Okay, hang on, I gotta find it. It's right here. It is. Okay, there it is. So this is like a piece of vellum. And that's one of the things I love about this book. Every page is styled in like my kind of style, with that kind of vintage feel. And so I'm going to use a piece of vellum. And then I'm also, so this right here, see how it's got, I've got a little bit of a cold. So the vintage papers and tape, there's another page that has some tape on it. So I'm going to use some tape. And I've kind of got this happening already. I really like the letters in the background, like the white letters. So I might do something like that as well. But how the photos have these kind of vintage papers behind it. And then how there's the other page. Let's see. But just like all the little bits and the scratchy font, and I want to find like the labels. I like the labels, so I want to use some of that. So that's my inspiration, and I'm going to take parts of this and kind of put it all together. So sorry. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. So basically, I just took my journal and I cut my strips to kind of match what I saw as my inspiration, and I put those down. This is vintage paper. This is a piece of packing paper. And then I had a piece of muslin that had some rusty stains on it, and I kind of, with my roller pan, I rolled over it to kind of get that kind of rough edge to mimic what I saw in the book. And then I think what I'm going to do is do some of that stenciling, the white stenciling, on top of this. I'm not exactly sure yet. But so what I've got out is, so I've got these labels that, and I've got a couple like this number that I want to include, and some tickets and some other vintage labels. These two sheets will be available for you in the resource library. If you're not a subscriber to the resource library, it's super easy to sign up. It's free, and I'll have the link for that, along with all of the supplies down below in the YouTube description box and on the blog. Okay. So I'll have labels. And then I also have, this is a coffee filter. I thought I would use a coffee filter as maybe like the background. So in the inspiration from the book, it always had these kinds of like either brown paper bag, which is kind of what I used for this, or the packing paper, or the coffee filter. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to arrange it just yet. I'm still kind of working through that. Then I also have a piece of vellum paper. And I actually ran this through the printer with the numbers on it because I liked the one that I saw in the book. And then I thought I would stick it down with some Scotch tape. Real roughly. Just like bits and pieces of it. And maybe I'll staple it. Maybe I'll put a little bit of like glue stick down, because if you get vellum wet, it starts to crinkle right away. It's like tracing paper. And I'm unsure of how I will put this down, because if I put it down like this, it will fold in there. And I don't know if that's something I want to do, or if I want to use just a bit of it. I'm still kind of working through my ideas. But I really like this, and then I want to stencil on top of it because, oh, the other thing too, so like in the book, see how the words on this, on the cover kind of all overlap? I kind of want to do that on here. And so, yeah, I've got words written out for our trip: rest, relax, time, joy, hope, pause, ease. I can kind of use those words to kind of overlap in this. And then I will have my photo. So what I'm thinking as of right now is I'm going to have this kind of in this area or over here, somewhere like that, something like that. And I will have my photo. I'm trying to decide if it goes here or if it goes here. Probably over here, just because I like this. I don't want to cover that up too much. I guess I could. And I could scooch this over. See, these are the things that I kind of have to work through. So that would work like that. And then and use some of this for the background. See, like my tape, I started tearing some tape to see if that would look cool, and I think it will. I also have, this is some scrap paper that I had in my stash of just some black. And I thought I would use some of the black too in here, just possibly. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of, again, working through it. I have my Take Me to the Water stencil, and it's got like a starfish and a shell that I want to use in white on here. I may add some raw umber to the background still. Still a lot of things I don't know, but these are the parts and the pieces that I want to use within the page to just truly capture this wonderful time. I have a bunch of letter stencils out. I have old classroom font. I have old type text large, old type text regular. I have bold block font, and then I have a numbers stencil as well, because I want to really kind of, maybe on my vellum. So like if I go back to, see how this has the numbers here? I want to kind of create some visual effects on that vellum as well. And I'll just be using black gesso and white gesso for my stenciling. And then possibly a little bit of raw umber and a little bit of Payne's Gray. Not a whole ton of color on here. I do think I want to kind of stencil in the background like this. These are just random, I think random letters, or maybe I can even do some of my words, rest, ease, that kind of thing. But this right here is what I'm trying to, and I did pretty good for my edge here. So, and then I want to include the vellum piece in there. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not exactly sure where else to go. I may do some of the stenciling in the background instead of just white. Maybe I'll do kind of a grayish color, because this color here is kind of gray, so that makes the white stand out. So maybe I'll do it a little bit gray. I kind of have to work through that just a little bit. The vellum that, let's see, what did I do with it? This vellum here is printable vellum, and it's by Paper Junkie, and of course I'll have this listed for you. But I ran it through the printer, and it was very, very inky, and it still might smear a little bit. I think it's dried enough, yeah. But once it went through, I dabbed it off with a tissue very, very carefully, because the ink was just sitting up on there, and then I let it sit overnight. But I'm not going to be putting anything on top of it as far as like medium. I want to just kind of place it down so that it kind of moves. And I really honestly think I'm going to fold it, have it fold. I think I'll be okay with that. I want to tear the edges and have that be kind of rough, and then have some of my little bits, you know, like my additional things, or some labels. Like I cut out some labels. Let's see. What did I do with them? I just had them. Oh, right here. So like maybe I do a combination of some of this over here. Maybe something up here. I've got to kind of figure it out. But I do want to try and stencil onto this with my gesso, like my starfish or this shell. And I may not do both, but I'm going to try it and see how that works. So I still have to add to the background yet. I'm going to add some stenciling and probably a little bit of umber and some Payne's Gray in there somewhere. And then I'll add all of my elements on top. It should be fairly quick and easy project. I hate to say that out loud. And then of course I'll do lots of some number stenciling, different things like that in with my little vignette. So when I say vignette, I mean like this is a vignette. I'll have my paper over here with a little bit of this for the background, and then maybe possibly something up here. And that's it. Yeah, okay. So that is my idea for today, and I'm really just celebrating, one, some time away, and two, I'm celebrating the fact that I'm sticking with my curiosity theme for the year and just going for it and not second guessing myself and not talking myself out of it. And that's really it. Nothing too deep today. But I'm super excited about this page because I want to capture the moment, and I want to remember throughout this year what my goal is for the year. And that's what our journals are for, is for us to document our life and our journey. And I hope that you do that in your journals as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not about perfection. This is about us showing up here and just remembering the things that are important to us and the things that we want to do. All right, my loves, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I hope it's restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.